What up, people? How are you? Just waiting for, the guys to show up. As you can see, the title of our show is called Who Shot Ya? Just thought I'd bring a little awareness to the state of the NFL right now and the NFC West, or just NFC division. What's going on? Dude, like last night we had the Eagles versus the Rams. And obviously the Eagles beat the Rams. And Dan is our in-house Rams fan, super fan, and Dennis is our Eagles super fan. And three of us on the show are 49ers fans. So it's not looking too good for us Niners, obviously. We've got a lot to get into. So I'm just starting out here. We've got, Fernando stopped by. I'm sure he's going to come back in. He says, thanks for tuning in, faithful. Be sure to hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe if you're not already. I know you guys are peeping the shit on Twitter/X. So go ahead and go onto YouTube right now and make sure you subscribe because you're going to get all the notifications. And we just started putting out little polls and everything. We're trying to amp shit up, So, and then we've got Christian. What up, Christian? Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And while I wait, we know for sure that Jordan will be popping in, and we know for sure that Dan will be popping in. So hopefully we'll see a couple other people. I don't know. But yeah, I'm excited that, we get to talk football. I know Monday Night Football here is like the little mini Har Bowl, with the Harbaugh brothers, Chargers versus Ravens in SoFi. It's a good game. It's a good game. I've been watching it. And then we obviously have our NBA games going on tonight. Go Warriors. We got Warriors game tonight, 7:00 Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern. And but that was a nasty. I'm just going to talk 49ers because, let me just put this out there for NBA. Warriors had one good game, one bad game recently, and it was obviously sorry, my phone keeps going off. I'm going to move it. Let me even back up. This past Wednesday, yours truly and Jordan Watkins, my co-host, went to Chase Center and went to the Dubs versus Hawks game. And Jordan is he's a former Warriors employee, but he is an Atlanta Hawks fan first, because he's from the ATL. So Tanya was supposed to join me, but she got sick, so she couldn't come to the game, but Jordan was able to make it anyway. And after, so the Dubs won, and just want to let y'all know, I am still undefeated at Chase Center. What does that mean? That means that every time I show up to Chase, the Dubs win. Yes. Call it coincidence. Call it stupid, dumb luck. I don't know. Whatever you want to call it. This ring light's terrible. Call it just dumb superstition. I don't care. Look, it works for me. All right. So that's what I have to say. Happy Monday, Miss Debbie. Yes, Saturday Niners didn't do anything. I'm waiting for the guys to come in so we can definitely get into that. And then also right after the game on the Warriors game, after the Warriors beat the Hawks on Wednesday, Jordan used his ex-Warriors employee credentials to get us in backstage to meet Bonte and Chris Mullen and Zena Kata and Monty Poole I saw Festus Seeley, of course. I had taken a picture with him previously, like 2 years ago, so, but I was just floored. There he is. There's Jordan. Jordan, do I let you in, or can you let yourself in?
I can let
There
myself
you
in.
Okay.
No, I just
I
had a
was
smile on my face. I was listening to you talk about your Wednesday experience. What's up, everybody? Happy Monday, everyone.
Steve-O, Bonte stinks.
No, he
Um,
doesn't.
I love Bonte because I know him a little bit personally. My brothers know him very well. I only know him from them. But Jordan knows him. And what's up, Peter Lucas? How you doing? Make sure you hit like, and if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. But yeah, thanks to Jordan, I was able to get a picture with Xena Kata, the post Warriors broadcaster, post game Warriors broadcaster. Dubs Talk, she interviews the players after the Warriors game, and so I fangirled out, and she knew who I was. It's not now. Let me stay corrected. It's not like she was like, "Hey, what's up, Gina?" No, I was like, Xena, oh my God, blah, blah, blah. I go, I'm Gina repping the Bay. And she goes, oh my God, Gina. Hi. And she even knew that I asked a question on Twitter. She was like, I got your question and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh my God. So
Yeah,
that was
I
it.
was I was about to say, you're not being complete with your story here.
I'm not.
Yeah, you're not. The reason this is why I say that you didn't take a picture with Xena. Xena took a picture with you. She was the one that pulled out the phone and was like, "Oh my gosh, Gina repping the Bay, come here!" Like, boom, and like so, like
She
the picture was off
did.
of Gina's. I mean, it was off of Xena's phone.
It
So like that's
was.
what I'm saying. Like you're not being complete with that story,
You're
Gina.
right. You're right. I always forget that. I'm like, yeah, you're right. Because I had to download the picture from
Mm-hmm.
Twitter on her
Mm-hmm.
account. She did. She posted it. Oh, that was so cool. Dennis, what up? You're at the bar eating sushi. Man, I thought you were gonna jump on tonight.
Who eats bar sushi?
Well, I mean,
Is
uh,
that is that a thing? Someone fill me in. I didn't.
oh,
I didn't know that's the thing. Bar sushi.
um, I mean, if he's having sushi at the bar, sure, you can order anywhere.
I didn't know that was a thing.
In San Francisco, it is, but I don't know.
Hmm.
I guess at Philly.
Gotcha. Steve-O
Yeah.
said he had a drink for every Niner penalty. Oh, I'm glad that you're off the floor then right now because
Woo!
that was also the fact that he said that, and we can wait to really dive into that game. When Dan and
Mhm.
whoever else gets in.
Yeah,
Oh, it's a sushi bar. Okay, that makes sense. But
that's what I was thinking
I'm,
too.
I'm just telling you right now in my football life, Gina,
Yeah,
I've never seen a team get 12 men on the field penalties twice. I've never seen that.
embarrassing.
I've never ever seen it.
Embarrassing.
Like that was, obviously there are other takeaways that, if you're a Niner fan, Packers, like whomever, you can take from that game. That was that was like the main, like the top of the top for me. Was like, I've never seen that before.
And
I really could not believe it because it's one, and like Kyle talked about it after the game. It's like, hey, they tried to do a quick sub.
yeah,
And we're supposed to get our chances up, which is true.
yeah.
That's how it goes now.
Mm-hmm.
And so, Kyle was saying we didn't get our chance. So, all right, well, cool. You didn't get your chance on the first play. There's no excuse for the second one. Right? Like that's what for me, I was just like, wait, huh? Because you look at the
Yeah,
Niners as for this whole run that they've been, the NFC Championships, Super Bowl appearances, all of that.
I agree, Christian.
That's not supposed to happen to them.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so like that was just very surprising to me. I mean, we could talk about a lot of things about the game, right? Like I know a lot of people talk about Debo. They've talked about Kyle, the play caller. They talk, like XYZ. They talk about all these things. That one stuck out to me the most because it's like, hey, as buttoned up to this team. Oh no, not the illustrated. Oh, no.
Please no, Steve-O.
Well, look at this. Look at it this way, Steve. At least you're not the Atlanta Falcons. All right, that's the
Oh
best way I can
snap!
put it.
Did they even play this weekend?
Thank God we were off.
Okay, that's what I was like. I don't remember hearing any news about them.
Yeah, because
they were on a bye
Sunday, just like with football this weekend, I was not in a good mood.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into it, but there's a game on Saturday. It was pretty big, and we lost it. So I'm happy I didn't have to worry about the Falcons either.
Yeah, that was a big one. Pause.
Well, no, it's like pun intended. Like, there was a game,
right?
Big because it's called, but well, damn, Christian, why can't we be good enough to win it? I mean, golly, this just gotta be bad. But also, he's not wrong. I mean, the way that the Falcons are playing right now, that's literally how it's playing out. I can't even be mad at him. I can't.
I know. Like, it's one of those comments that you're like, well,
Yeah. But again, like back to that Niners point, it's just you're so used to seeing that team and that group, especially with that core.
It's uncharacteristic.
So, like you expect to see them being so buttoned up.
Yeah.
And so that was so crazy to see. Obviously, Pooney, I know he's not part of the core per se because he's a rookie. But seeing him have all those penalties, it's like, oh man, that was, there were just a lot of things in that game that even the players that were healthy, you didn't expect to see from them. And that's kind of the thing that I took. And, that like, especially on defense, right? I think they said, was it PFF? I think they said there was 19 missed tackles in total.
Something like that. Defense. Yeah.
And like I said, I'll say this before I guess we are diving into it now.
Yeah.
First off, 19 missed tackles in a game is ridiculous. That's unacceptable for any team. I don't care. Like I know they said, I think for the Niners, that's the most missed since 2000. Was it 2008? 6? Like it was something for a while, right?
Yeah.
But
I think 2008. Yeah, I think so.
Well, I think what made it worse is when you're on a team that I feel like overall, like they're individuals that do it, but overall, you're on a team that is lacking accountability for the D coordinator, for Sorensen to come in and be like, oh, like no, like I got to look back at the tape and see what were the aggressive missed tackles, and then what were. It's like, no, bro, no, that's not it. Never in my life, and I've been in a lot of defensive meeting rooms, right? Like after games and things. I've been in a lot. Never once have I ever heard the defensive coordinator chalk up a missed tackle to, oh, well, he was being aggressive there. And that's what we want. No.
Yeah.
But
definitely want to talk about that for sure.
Yeah, because like I said, this is what we talked about last week, where it's just it seems like overall, like I said, you have some guys in that room and in that building. They do take accountability. Right? Like Dominic Pooney, he said, hey, look, that's on me. It's hard to win a game when you have to one guy have 3 penalties, let alone 3 in the first half. He's rookie saying that.
And think about what you're surrounded by, not who, but what. Like penalty. I mean, they're rubbing off.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, there was penalties all over, but like, here's a rookie saying, like, you know what? No, I gotta be better.
Yeah.
And then of course, Christian, like he had to fumble late, and obviously he's still trying to.
Another, semi uncharacteristic. I mean, he did lose a fumble in the fucking Super Bowl, but I mean, it's
characteristic. We know
fumbles happen. Yeah, exactly.
Happen. But my thing is, like, he's a dude coming off of was it bilateral Achilles tendonitis, and he's still saying like, no, I got to look in the mirror. We all know he's not his usual.
It's not the problem. Yeah,
he's not, and like I think even in like to an extent with his mind, he knows he isn't either. But he's still saying like he's still the one saying like, hey, I got to look at myself. How can I be better? How can I help this team?
Mm-hmm.
So you have a lot of the people on this individual level saying it. Where is it from the top?
Yeah, I hear you,
Right.
Steve-O. I get what you're saying.
And I guess that's what is so interesting to me. And Steve-O has a point, right, about Dobbs
Yeah.
and Mason wouldn't have mattered. But here's where I differ a little bit with that. Josh Dobbs obviously is not the world's best passer. I saw it firsthand, right, when he was in Minnesota. I think he was in Minnesota for like 4 days when we played against them last year, talking about the Falcons. Found a way to beat us. And it was one of those things where he has that ability. He has something that Brandon Allen doesn't have. All due respect to Brandon Allen, like, hey, he threw some dots. He made some passes. Some of them caught, some of them weren't. But obviously, like, you have a quarterback that hasn't started in three years, basically. Hadn't played in 3 years.
Yeah.
You're kind of asking for it.
Yeah.
And then, of course, now all of a sudden we find out, oh, dude's got a broken finger.
Yeah.
With the penetration and the pass rush that was coming from Green Bay to certain, like, even though it wasn't his throwing hand, like, that still matters.
Well, Kyle said it absolutely had nothing, no bearing on, like, I think any type of injury would have some bearing on playing anything.
That's what, like,
how about a butt itch? Wouldn't that have any kind of bearing on whether you're playing a game or not?
No, but it's you're playing. Just don't. If you're on defense, though, just don't jump off sides. Like, don't like, hey, and then boom, it's like offside defense. Like, yeah, don't let that happen.
And then he's gonna start next week against Buffalo if Brock can't play.
Well, here's the problem. Even if
he's already said it.
Now, here's the thing for me, though. If Brock play, let's just look at it this way. If Brock plays, that's going to get ugly. The reason why I say that is because as inconsistent, I would say, and this is even if Nick Bosa plays, as inconsistent as the Niners rush has been, and I'm not even talking about people beating one-on-one blocks. It's also as inconsistent as they are with people staying in their right lanes when they rush. That's one guy you cannot afford to be undisciplined in your pass rush with. Right? So let's say Nick Bosa beat somebody. All right, cool. There's at least 3 other guys on that line. They better be in tune with what Nick Bosa's doing, because if they aren't, there's a lot of rush lanes for Josh Allen to either he can take off, and we've seen it, he can beat you for 35, 40, or sometimes he'll stay behind that line of scrimmage. And it's like, oh, everyone bid up because they think I'm taking off. Boom, there's someone down the field. Hey, that's a problem. And like Steve was saying right now too, Banks, Lenore, Green, all of them might be out. And again, it's the Green one that weighs even more because, and I'm not asking the question because of I'm questioning his intent or anything. It's just like I'm very curious in terms of where's Shavarius Ward? Like, obviously I know what happened with his daughter, right? Like, I almost hate myself for asking the question because I know how it can be interpreted.
He might not even went on the road trip, though. You know,
the reason why I'm just curious is because when Kyle answered all the questions, I guess it was after the last game y'all played. It's like, hey, he was here, he was at the game, he's in the building.
Oh, okay.
Right. Which I guess if you're someone that's just looking at it, it's like, okay, he's back, right? Okay. Then also he doesn't play, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just more so curious. So like, where is he? And the curiosity isn't even like to question him. It's like, man, are you okay? Right? Like that's more so like what I'm trying to get with. And but I say that to say, like, obviously if Ward isn't there and Steve says he thinks that he will play, no, I hope so, because obviously that just means that he's in a good enough mental space, and I'd love that for him. But on the field, it's if he's not playing, and all of a sudden, like, you don't have Lenore or Green, oh my goodness, that's a problem against that quarterback in that offense.
I've been seeing a lot of comments on Twitter about maybe we should have just shut this shit down this season and not brought everybody back. Like fucking, Ayuk and fucking, but you know what I mean? Like just traded people and shit, like rebuild. And I mean, I knew that if we didn't win this Super Bowl, we weren't going to win this year. I knew it.
Yeah. Also, Steve, I appreciate the clarification if that's the case. But yeah, I mean, like here's the thing for the Niners, right? Like it doesn't get easier.
Yeah.
It's all about you got Buffalo, and then you're gonna be going up against the Chicago team that's like fighting for their life. You got a Rams team then that like they have a belief that they can win the division, which I don't think coming into the year that's what they thought, right? That's why the whole trade talk, rumors, all of that.
Right.
You got the Dolphins, who now that they have Tua back, they're fighting for their playoff life. You got the Lions, who just might at this moment be the best team in football. And then of course, like if all else fails, you might be going into a do or die game against the Cardinals. Like, it doesn't get easier. And this is what I was saying too. Remember going back. I mean, if he's in here, please show your face in the chat. But Bill Nye the Science Guy, right? Where I asked the question, like, hey, one of the things that so many Niners fans love to rely on is like, oh, well, we always go on this run when we come out of the bye week. You're not doing it. You're not and I know there are a lot of factors and reasons for it happening, but long story short, you're not doing it. Like this is code red, almost code red-ish for a lot of reasons.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking sucks, dude. Like, fuck. And I was waiting for Dan to come in. I don't know. Like, I want to talk about fucking SorenSCAM. Like, dude is fucking giving out some bullshit ass. I don't know what the fuck at his press conference. Like what? There's some good tackles and there's some bad tackles. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude?
I'm like, come on now.
Who sent you?
Well, we know who did.
He sounds like a fucking raging idiot.
That's what I'm saying. We know who sent him.
That's my point. Like,
for all I'm so curious for all the Niners fans that are in the chat. And this is not I'm trying to prove a point thing or not, I'm just curious. All y'all in the chat, with what you've seen from Sorensen right now and what you saw last year, who would you rather have as your DC? Steve Wilkes or Nick Sorensen? I'm just curious.
I mean, for me, Wilkes, we had the number 3 defense last year. Now we're what, 25th, 27th?
Somewhere down there.
Somewhere far down there. It's bad. It's bad.
And again, like I said, that's not even a question where I'm gonna
Steve-O.
My name is Steve. Like I said, I'm not even gonna do a counter argument for this person, that part. Like I said, I'm just curious. I really am.
I mean, like, was it you I was talking to on the phone when I was like, I just want Shanahan to get a fucking haircut, walk in there and say, I want this done, that done. And yeah, I mean, like, just go in there with some fucking grit, dude. Slam down the playbook and say, all right, you're out of here. I'm demoting you. I'm promoting you. You got any ideas? Okay, those are bad ideas. You got any good ones? Okay, we're going to use a couple of those. You over here. All right, now let's get down to some brass tacks. Like, just make some shit happen. I was just sitting there, well, we had too many penalties. Fuck out of here, dude. Like, we're like pulling our hair out. And do you notice, slowly but surely, fucking people are like, oh, I think Kyle is, something's wrong. Like, we've been saying that. Now all of a sudden you guys open your eyes? I've never, like, I may have said it, actually I may have said it like one or two times, like, well, who should we get? But I was never on the wagon of fire Kyle. And okay, I'm a troll, oh yeah, these stupid idiots, think they know everything. I don't. I don't think I know everything. I'm just a passionate fan. That's all I am. Just a passionate fan. Never played. No. But like, obviously all I want him to do is just go in there and fucking do something. Just do something, because blood, your shit ain't working for you. It's broke. Fix that shit. Period. All right. And then Papa J says neither.
He said Wilkes had a better squad than Sorensen does. I guess with that is like, okay, that's fair in terms of you want to look at injuries or things like that, but there's still a very big gap. There's also a big gap when I saw some of the same players that were playing in Wilkes' system that were playing Sorensen's system. Right? Like, I'm not going to say which gap skews where. I'm just pointing it out. So, would you have a green rod? That's funny. That's funny. I like that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Gene, I guess let me ask you this too.
I mean, we've been decimated with injuries. I'm not gonna lie.
Of course. I'll ask you this just because Steve-O had this comment about talking at the podium. Do you have like an emotion or reaction towards Debo not speaking at the podium after the game yesterday?
I think he's moted, and that's a fucking old Bay Area slang term. Like, he got looked at like, oh shit, I shouldn't have said what I or did what I did a couple weeks ago with fucking lock in. You know what I mean? Like, yo, Moody, lock in, shut up. You know what I'm saying? Like, now it's like on him, he didn't catch the ball, whether it was catchable or not. It sure motherfucking would have helped, Had he made that catch, it would have been a hero, But then again, like, I think it's just, it looks bad. I mean, if you do that, I don't know what happens in the NFL, but I know if you do that in the NBA, you get fined. Mm-hmm. So he should be fined, in my opinion.
What's up, Rod? Hope you feel better, dog.
Hey, Rod, feel better.
Sorry, Steve said JJ also didn't talk at the podium last week, but I guess also at the same time, like, that's the thing of like two different situations, right? Like, obviously JJ, like, he balled out in
okay, yeah game. Yeah,
so that still different things. Like, I don't think that, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think Jauan Jennings is viewed as like a true leader on this team, but we've heard all throughout the years Debo's supposed to be the heart and soul of the, or like part of that heart and soul of the Niners, right? So
right,
that, that's where it's different for me. And what my thing is, like, all right, if you're talking about heart and a heartbeat, what happens when your heartbeat doesn't show up if you're a human?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. And like, obviously, there was a whole thing with right, because I mean, again, it's like going back to last week, that Seattle game, Jauan Jennings was 10 catches, 91 yards, and a touchdown. And also with that, one of the most impressive third down conversions I think I've seen in a while by a wide receiver 3, I guess he'd be on the team, right? When he dragged a couple of guys about 4 or 5 yards for first down.
Yep.
So yeah, obviously, like, I guess both guys are frustrated and pissed off with the loss. But the reason why I want to ask the question is because what do the optics say about what each role is supposed to be? Right? Like what Rod is saying. One's supposed to be a captain. Like, yeah, you messed up. You're supposed to own it.
Right.
And then let's not even go back to earlier what happened in the Tampa Bay game.
Oh,
right.
Shit.
You're telling somebody else to, hey, lock in and step up. And this is, what you look. And now, to be fair, to give Debo this, I will give Debo this. He had an 87-yard kickoff return taken back, which I think was a terrible holding call. I think it was terrible.
I was going to bring that up, but yeah, negated. Like,
Yeah, that was a terrible call. It's almost like officials forget if you're a defensive guy, and I know that was special teams, but still, like if you're stopping a kickoff, you're technically a defensive guy. You can be allowed to get off of a block, like actually make an effort to get off a block. But you don't just start going back and reach out like try to get him. No, you have to actually make an effort to get off the block.
Yeah.
And whoever Saubert was blocking, he didn't do that at all. So that was a terrible call. But at the same time, like I said, there are still other plays in that game where it's like Debo, like obviously you're missing Ayuk. Christian's not up to Christian speed just yet. You're missing Purdy. Like you need your captain to step up and be one of them dudes, and you weren't.
Yeah, I wish Debo didn't change his number too. It's one of those things. I'm with you. Let me ask you this question, Jordan.
Far away.
When they say on Twitter, various Niner fans, what do you think now about Brock Purdy being gone? I bet you miss him now, huh? Well, we were 5-5, but when he was quarterbacking. So what difference does it make? Do you think, from what you saw yesterday with Allen quarterbacking, and then them saying like, oh well, Brock Purdy we're 5-5 anyway. So, I mean, I still think he's a good quarterback for us. I just think, they're putting too much pressure on him with, yes, we have a lot of injuries, but I still think we're still a good team.
Mm-hmm. So to answer your question, before I do, I want to answer Steve-O's. He said, was that PI? I'll be honest with you. I didn't even ever look at it as PI. I just saw it hit Debo's hands. So, when you're a receiver paid that much money, you got to catch that. Now with that, this aspect of it, like, was it PI? I'll look back at it again. But like I said, I didn't even look at it initially in terms of PI. Now, Gina, back to your question, with Brock Purdy. Here's the fun thing about sports is you are what either your contract says you are or what your projected contract says you are. Right? Because obviously, like, Purdy's still on that rookie min, Mr. Relevant contract. We got all that. We don't have to go on into details. But now, guess where the whole conversation is? Is he worth $60 million? $50 million? Things like that. So now, because you're here, like, even though there's no ink to paper, none of that yet. But because the conversation's up, Brock Purdy's already going to be viewed, and in my opinion, he's already viewed as $50-60 million quarterback. Right? Like that. Yeah. That's where it is.
Yeah.
And do I think that, if I'm just looking at it from a base level, has he played like a $60 million quarterback? I'd say no. But like, you look at some of the other ones. Let's look at the end of the day. If you're asked me who has played who is a $60 million quarterback, you only have a select few right now, right? Patrick Mahomes, and even he's been struggling this year, but like, we're not going to question him.
Yeah.
Josh Allen. I think Justin Herbert has. Hell, I think Joe Burrow has, no matter what the record says. And Steve, you're right, but like I'm getting to that point. Dak hasn't at all. Obviously, he is there because of what the market said. Trevor Lawrence is there because of what the market said. Tua is there because the market said. But that means that the market's also saying that Brock is going to be there or right around there. That's not what I was saying initially. My whole point was like, hey, if I'm just like, take the market out. We know like the highest quarterback's getting paid $60 whatever million. Who's been playing like it? That's kind of where I was coming from.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, my point being is with all of this is like, yeah, you look at what the Niners offense is. It's still tough to say because look, your comparison right now has been Brandon Allen.
Right.
Like you said, is a dude that hasn't played and started in a game in 3 years, had a
Mhm.
broken finger in his offhand in his first start, and it was just obvious. It was obvious. A lot of those Niners receivers, there was a different zip on that ball than what they're used to.
Mhm.
You could just tell.
Yeah.
And I'm not making that as an excuse. I'm just saying you could tell there was a difference. That's not the same type of quarterback, same type of style that they're used to playing with.
Right.
But the thing for me is just like for everyone out there that was like, man, Brock Purdy is his value's going up this game. I mean, you know how baseball has WAR, right? Wins above replacement. Where it's kind of like the based off the average, I guess, like minor leaguer do. Like, hey, as a minor leaguer, this is how many points better this player is above.
Mm.
Brandon Allen's a negative WAR guy, so like that, like we're not even comparing. Like that's not what you're trying to compare them to. And then also, like Steve-O, here's what I'm saying. Like, you're wrong on that. Only bad teams pay market. That's not true. Everyone at any given position at any given point has to pay market value. Because otherwise, you're going to risk having that guy who's worth it go away. But let's just see what happens in Cincinnati with Jamar Chase. We know what Jamar Chase is worth. And you want to say you don't think Ayuk got market? Yes, he did. There's a reason why a lot of Niners fans don't like him right now. Is because he got $30 million a year. There's a reason. There's a reason why some people are now all of a sudden starting getting frustrated at Trent Williams. Because guess what? It's the market told Trent, hey, I deserve to get paid XYZ amount of money because I'm right here. I've been at this level. Y'all gonna pay me that, or else I'm gonna hold out. Right? So like that's the thing. At a certain standpoint at every position, you got to pay what the market says you got to pay. Now, that's the tough part, right? You should say reset the market. It's a dangerous game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think Brock Purdy's the guy that's going to try to nickel and dime the Niners out of everything. So maybe you can reset the market with that. But it's just a dangerous game to play. It's tough being a GM.
The Niners are going to give him every dollar. I know they are.
It's just tough. I mean, like I said, I don't think Brock's going to sit here and be like, "Hey, y'all need to give me $60 million because that's what the market says." I don't think he's like that. But
no, he's not. He's not.
He's gonna still want what he feels like he's owed. His agent is gonna want what he feels like Brock Purdy's owed.
Yeah. They're gonna be like, "Come on, bro," and then and then Shannon and Jed and all of them are gonna be like, "Yeah, I know, bro."
But that's what I'm saying. Like that's where I thought it was gonna be so tricky with Ayuk last year, where it was, the comparisons for the top of the market around the league were so different from Ayuk's situation. Right? Like where it was Steve O'Jed also said he was going to reset the market for Brock Purdy. I remember that too. But the whole thing is just like with Brandon Ayuk, it was, hey, look at my production compared to look at the targets everybody else is getting. Right? So there's no even compared. I'm not getting as targeted as CeeDee Lamb is. I'm not getting targeted as much as Justin Jefferson is. Or AJ Brown, put whatever other top receiver there is in the league out there. That's what made it difficult. So now you kind of have to project here and there, right? Like that makes it tough. So now my thing is Brock Purdy, now that he's missed a game, and again, it's Brandon Allen. It's not like it's even whoever y'all think a top tier backup in the league is, right? It's not like he has Jameis that came in and started playing and balling. I'm just using Jameis as an example because I know he's thought of as a top tier backup, right? It was Brandon Allen. So now, still, if I'm in Brock Purdy's camp, it's, well, you see what this offense looks like without me?
Hey, Marcus.
What's up, Marcus? There comes you see what this offense looks like without me? And then if you're on the other side, it's like, well, that wasn't even like a regular offense. That was Brandon Allen offense. Like that. That's what I'm saying. Like I can just see a similarity of like the comparisons of how you're trying to look at it versus what the situation like. It's not your normal situation.
Got the Warriors game on the side going too. Let's beat Brooklyn. Shoot. I'm glad that our Dubs clinched for the NBA Cup.
Yeah, that was a tough loss on what was that, Friday?
Oh, yeah. We're not making our free throws, you know?
I know. Well, it's that, and you know, like even speaking of that, you know what I'm really interested to see from the Warriors later? I'm really curious to see when it comes to playoff time, right? Because I mean, you're playing was like 11, 12 guys. I'd say 13, but obviously Melton's out now. What does that look like when minutes start getting cut down for certain guys?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm really curious about that.
I think it's already going to start getting cut right now. I think it already is. I mean, GP2, he only got like 8 minutes the other night.
And it's happened with Kuminga a little bit too, to your point. Yeah. And that's the one too I'm really the most interested in terms of, obviously he's a big personality. He's already a big talking point coming into this season, right? They didn't extend him.
Right.
But obviously, like, he's the one of like, man, all the potentials right here. Like, this is what it could be.
They're not going to.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, it just seems like right now, at least, you know, these first like 15, 20 games, that's what's helped the Warriors this year in terms of what they've missed, you know, maybe last couple of years, is the chemistry feels like it's back, right? Like there are no distractions. There's no,
right.
You know, all of that. But that's one thing I've been curious about is like, all right, when it's time to cut minutes from people, right? Like it's all good and nice when everyone's playing. What does it look like then all of a sudden when people aren't playing as much as they were used to? That's my one big question for them, like going forward. I'm just curious about that.
Rod. I just read Rod's. I gotta put that up. Put it up.
Oh no.
Fucking Rod. Oh shit. That's our Rod. That's our Rod. Oh, I love Rod.
Me too.
Yeah, throwback. My workplace closed. Everyone got sick. Felt good to work from home. Still made money. Yeah. Well, I get paid to stare at the wall. No, I'm just kidding. I did laundry today. No, I had to go grocery shopping too. We went grocery shopping and we bought Thanksgiving food. This is probably going to be a short one though for me tonight, Jordan, because my back is killing me. We were out from, I know. Rod's like, I'm serious. I bet you are. Dude, that I could not go from that heat to that cold. Like, woo. That's
a transition.
We were grocery shopping from like 10:15 a.m. through like 12:30, 1 o'clock, because we had to go to 3 separate stores to find all the ingredients. Okay.
What?
So yeah. I'm going to be eating good this weekend, though.
I will be if we beat San Jose State. And I got a bad taste in my mouth still. Pause.
Oh, you're a social worker? Nice.
That's dope.
Didn't know that. Yeah.
That's big time.
That is That is good work. A close friend of mine is also a social worker, so you don't find too many of those people that are social workers because that's some really hard work to do. I know
Yeah,
that for a
exactly.
fact. That's very rewarding, like very hard to do work. I know. I've heard.
That's what I've heard too.
Mm-hmm. I was all time QB and still got sick. Oh. Yeah.
Christian, shut up. All right, no, I don't care. Shut up. About to use all-time QB.
He does.
No, you too, Gina. Shut up.
I'm on the outside. I go Stanford. I was like, go Cardinal.
Don't say he does.
But he does. I'm just
no, I don't want to hear
calling
it.
it as I sees
I
it.
don't want to hear it.
I'm go Warriors. Yes.
Also,
Curry for 3.
Hey, speaking of, like, since Rod had this comment, if anybody needs a receiver at their family turkey bowl, right? Because we're gonna have a. I know as a team we're gonna have our walkthrough, then we're gonna do like a team Thanksgiving dinner. So after that, I'm free.
Oh.
If anybody has a Thanksgiving turkey bowl, y'all need a receiver. Y'all know what my Twitter handle is. Y'all hit me up. I'll come down there. Pause. And how many touchdowns you need? I got you. I got you. y'all hit my line. Free agent receiver right here. I got you.
All right.
All right. Here's a question for Miss Debbie.
Okay.
What's the dish you're most looking forward to on Thanksgiving?
Oh man, every year
already.
Steve will come out with the cranberries. I'm looking. I'll tell you, I'm looking for bacon cheddar macaroni. I've never had that.
Sounds
Never heard of
interesting.
it. Yes, Rod, I have stuffing. My mom makes a shit ton of it.
I have dressing, Rod.
We bought we couldn't find the ingredient for one of her things in the stuffing, so we had to go all the way to Target. We found it, and but yeah, she makes a shitload of stuffing. It's so good with gravy on top. Twice baked potatoes with all the toppings. Ooh. No, you know what? I stay away from the mashed potatoes. I don't trust milk anymore. I don't trust milk. One time I got sick at Easter from mashed potatoes. Someone made it with whole milk. Oh, God, I was sick. I don't know if that milk was bad or what, but I said, no more. I don't trust mashed potatoes anymore. I mean, sometimes I'll eat my mom's like lumping potatoes, but.
Oh, here's a shocker. Marcus being wrong again. No, you eat dressing.
Don't at me.
No, the thing for me is like and I'm just.
Isn't it the same though, or no?
No.
People just call it different. People just use different words for it.
If you know, you know. But no, I was gonna say. see. See,
you guys are from the South. I'm not. I'm from.
You see what I'm saying?
Frisco. I'm bringing pigs in a blanket. Okay, I'm bringing to my own house. It's already here. Ham. I'm in charge of the ham, but I'm looking forward to the turkey and the raviolis.
Raviolis, interesting.
Oh yeah, because we're Italian, so we do Italian Thanksgiving.
My dog.
He said, "I'm ready for the smoke." So you guys are welcome to come over and try an Italian Thanksgiving. You're welcome to my house anytime you want and see how we lay it down. We have Italian sausages, raviolis, turkey, stuffing, ham, salad, of course. Is that my cat? And vegetables, what else? We have all kinds of shit. We lay it out like as if we're feeding an army.
As it should be.
Yeah.
As it should be. Yeah. Like I'm missing out on cooking this Thanksgiving, so I'm making it up. I will be home for Christmas, which is good. So When I go home for Christmas, I'm making the turkey. I'm making mac and cheese. I'm making collard greens. My mom's gonna make black eyed peas and cornbread. Like, you know, we kind of.
So it's real soul food then.
It's real soul food.
It's real, like real. Okay.
Exactly.
So if I ever want it, I have to go to Jordan's mom's house. I have to go to Mrs. Watkins' house.
Or just slide to my place. Like I said, like I know I make half the food anyway.
All right. Because I've never had real soul food.
We want to change that. We want to change that.
I've only had bits and pieces.
Yeah, like I said, we'll change that. Let's see. Christian had a question. Could you ever imagine a world where Cal and Stanford made the ACC title game and two West Coast teams played in the Charlotte ACC title? That would be mind blowing. I mean, never in my mind could I imagine where Cal and Stanford would be in the ACC. So, you know, like here we are though. So yeah, I mean, obviously, I just feel like it's one of those situations where like I would just be so curious to see like if that did happen, would they like last minute? Hey, let's see if we can get somewhere on the West Coast for the conference.
I got a spiral ham.
You know, like that'd be interesting. Steve was saying more spiral ham driver turkey.
That's what I'm making, spiral ham.
That's the thing. Like I know a lot of people don't like turkeys. Like, oh, when I have turkey, it's dry. Like I usually don't have a dry turkey, whether I'm making it, my mom's making it, or whatever. So maybe that says more about whoever's making the turkey.
Oh yeah, no, you gotta have a juicy turkey. The juicier, the better.
Rod says, shout out the folks that are showing up the homes with no intention to stay after they eat and take a plate home. And Rod, here's the thing though, it's not one plate. It's not one plate. They're not taking one plate. You know that. They're gonna have that thing saran wrapped with like 2 or 3 plates ready to go.
Wait, right, you know what?
Like it's about that time.
We always, my mom. Okay, here. This was funny. My brother and his like, you know, pretty much wife would come over and everything, and she'll go, here, babe, and she'll pile on the fucking shit. Here, take this home. And out, Mom, what about us? We want that leftovers. We have enough. And I'm like, and me and my other brother looking at each other like, what the fuck? Like, that's all our food for tomorrow. Like, that's fucking cold, dude. Like, we get hella mad at her. She's like, I'll make more. We're like, no, you won't. You so won't.
Dang, you question her off rip.
Have to. She'd be lying.
Oh, not lying. Oh no.
Oh yeah. She and I got into it today at Target. She left me. What, you know what my son said? You know what Eden said? Eden said we need our own show. We argue and yell at each other so much. And she's like, he goes, man, you guys need your own show. Cause she called me in the car. She goes, you're a dumb shit. That's your new name. Dumb shit. Yep. My mom said that to me in front of my child.
Oh my gosh.
And I turned around and I looked back at Eden and I go, you see that? Would I ever talk to you like that? And he goes, no. And I go, thank you. I go, so now you know how good you have it.
Also, this might be where I have to kick Rod out of my community. You will be seeing me eating leftovers 3 days later. You will. You will. Oh, it was good. We had the dressing moment, right? We had the dressing community, but this is now where we gotta separate.
Wait, I eat leftovers Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday's the last day.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah.
Yeah, Sunday. Sunday's the last day.
Absolutely.
1000%.
Ain't no shame in my game.
Nope.
Oh.
She be lying. I swear to God. I think if I were on camera, my mom would actually kill me. But anyways, if Sports Lab and Chill made it on cable time TV, think Bathroom City, that shit's refrigerated. You know what we do though with our sauce, my mom's sauce? We put it in the freezer and then we defrost it later when we want to have like spaghetti and stuff. You could freeze everything.
I'll just say, Rod, just tell me you have a weak stomach.
Rod got a weak stomach.
Yeah, like you said, I can have the Thanksgiving food till Sunday. I'm just fine. Mary J. Blige.
Yeah, no, that shit is good to go. Like we'd be having eggs and ham and turkey sandwiches and
greens, beans, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, lamb, all. You name it.
I got time limit. Really?
Listen, if it's good, I can keep eating it.
For me, it's like, when you don't eat that stuff except like once a year, like I'll just go ham eating it. You know what I mean? Like for a whole weekend. I'll just
see what you did there.
You like that, huh?
I see what you did there.
So, it's like,
hey, pause, Marcus. What? Hey, yo.
A major pause.
Oh my gosh.
Did I miss something?
Oh, the whole thing's like, if it still tastes good, I'm eating.
Oh,
and then now you got Marcus saying this.
I missed that. Completely went over my head.
There was this too. Oh my goodness. All right, well, Gina, I know you said you want to be done early. Sounds like it's almost a good time to start.
I think so.
Well, if we have another show, I won't be here on Wednesday. So I just want to take the time to say, first and foremost, for everyone in the chat, everyone obviously that we have on the show, Gina, for you, I am thankful for each and every one of you. And it's something I don't say just say it. I really do. Whether there's been stuff going on in my life and I need a moment just to laugh or vent, talk about sports, all of those things. Y'all have been there for me. Everyone in the chat, like at least some of y'all think that what I say is actually legit. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in too. I'm literally thankful for all of y'all. I hope that, if you get a chance to be with family, friends, loved ones, that you have a great holiday, watch some good football. Like I said, just thankful for all of y'all. Truly am.
Thank you, Jordan. That was beautiful. Ditto. I'm Rod. I'm visiting my own home. I don't have to leave the house. But apparently Marcus is visiting 4 homes, at least, if not more.
He did say at least, so there might be more.
Could be 6. We're still counting. But no, I'm thankful for all of you in the chat, here on stage with me, Mr. Watkins, and Rod, I hope you feel better. Miss Debbie, Christian, Fernando, the 49er throwback, Marcus, Los Great, Steve-O, who did take me to a game.
Hey, Bill, not a science guy too. If you're in here, I'm thankful.
Bill, the science guy, if you're here, and even that guy, what was his name that popped in? That Niner fan.
That's what I'm saying. Bill, not a science guy. That's who it was.
Well, there was another guy.
Oh,
some guy. I don't remember his name, but anyway, thank you all for joining tonight, and happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Christian, thank you. And everyone else that's not watching, that will watch this on the playback, I love you. Thank you for making this show, thank you for making it great.
On that note,
I wanted to come out. Papa J, there he is. That's the guy.
Oh,
Papa
got you,
J,
Papa J.
thank you.
Appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah,
All
try to
right, but
make
we'll be
something for you
back
today.
Wednesday. For anybody that wants to come on with me, I'm going to jump on, even if it's for 5 minutes. Jordan will be in ATL. Rod, if you're feeling better, jump on. Dan, we missed him tonight, but it is what it is. Maybe we'll have a call-in show. I don't know. But God bless. Go Warriors. Go Niners, regardless. And
Go Falcons. Go Hawks. Go Stanford, please. Just let's finish the season on a good note. Let's finish on a good note.
Love y'all. Peace.